Hi everyone, I hope you're doing alright. It's the 12th of July 2024. I'm Gary Waterman. I'm a former Dorset Police officer, police constable. I'm a Christian and a victim of this international government fraud. I've said Dorset for a reason, because I'm going to show you some police reports that have been fully documented and referenced. Some of them have been shown before in my previous videos. I'm going to make sure that these documents that I'm going to show you now go into my public document file, but I'm just going to read out and explain that these are the reports that I have made to the police, and this isn't even all of them. Okay, this is a document I've already shown before, and it's showing various police reference numbers and reports that have been made over the last couple of years. I'm not going to go into this document too much because it is already shared on a video, and it is also, I believe, in my document file link. If not, I'll make sure it's in there. You can see the various reports: the Serious Fraud Office, Dorset Police, which was my former police, Action Fraud, Financial Conduct Authority report, Lloyds Bank complaint, never been still open, year and a half later, probably more than that. Lloyds Bank complaint, sorry, Dorset Police complaint, because I had to start making complaints, Independent Office of Police Conduct complaint, etc, etc. Anyway, you can see the calls made to HMRC, still had no response from HMRC at all. Tried phoning the council tax office yesterday. As soon as they knew that it was being recorded, they basically hung up on me and refused to talk to me. Various other action fraud. You can see the reports on here for the child on the Isle of Wight, etc, etc, all referenced, calls all made, including the attempt on my life, what I suspect was an attempt on my life. There's various reports made to police forces all around the country, and there's only 2 responses I've had over the last few months regarding all of this. You can see all these. I think it was there was 3 police forces I couldn't send them to for technical reasons or something like that, and this was the one response from all of those forces. I had just this response, and this was from Wiltshire Police. You can see on the top there from their email address: thank you for your report. Unfortunately, refusing to pay tax isn't something the police will investigate. If you have been a victim of fraud, I would advise you to report this to Action Fraud. Now, bearing in mind I was reporting child trafficking. Okay, that was before I knew about the adrenochrome, so we're going to come to that in a minute. So that was reporting the trafficking and the fraud, and I was referring to the taxation system, because we now cannot lawfully pay tax. It's just not possible. We would be committing a crime. We're aiding and abetting the suffering of children, especially with the latest evidence. They need to put a safeguarded taxation system in place. It's absolutely possible to do it. They're refusing to do it. So you need a transparent taxation system at the source of payments, so that the general public can log in to a government account where the collective income of taxes are. So they need one initial account where personal details will show the individual payments, another one that the public can access, which will show the collective income of tax every 6 months, for example, for council tax, and they can see how much is then they can have referenced expenditure from that account, so we can see where that money is going. Again, there has to be something like that to safeguard the protection of the children now in all of this. But anyway, moving on. You can see there's a call that I made to the NSPCC that has been publicised in a video. Further report to Dorset Police mentioning the attempt on my life, harassment towards me through the illegal court process, because obviously I can't pay an illegal entity company because my company is fraudulently created, it's illegal, and there's going to be more reports in relation to that, and also the council tax, which I will show. So anyway, let's get on to the more recent report of since the adrenochrome evidence came to light. So what I've done is screenshot the report online. It was an online report that's given a reference number, and then pasted it into a document. That's the easiest way to show it as far as I could see. So this was sent on the 5th of July, so it wasn't very long ago. I'm not going to read all of it to you, but it had my details at the beginning, and it just says on the right here, who are the victims. Well, I put tens of thousands of children being abused, tortured and murdered for adrenochrome around the world, and being enabled by an international fraud being perpetrated by the government and their organisations. The children appear to range from age 5 to 12. It's actually 6 to 12 according to that document. And I think most people know my address now anyway, but it's just showing the address. It's not where it happened, of course, but I've just put that in there because you have to put something. And it's put, and of course we're all victimised in this. It's all relating to the taxation system, so it does relate to Dorset Police. It relates to every county in the country, because the children are being, it appears, taken from the care services right around the country. So it'll be in most counties. Okay, so everyone can make a report to the police, and So I've put addresses of where this is happening. I've put detention centres around the world, but several main perpetrators and enablers live in Dorset. Details of these suspects can be provided on request. And what happened, and I've put, I'm a former Dorset Police Constable and have irrefutable evidence of international government fraud relating to the taxation system, and that has been reported repeatedly with no suitable response from police or the government, UK government. The only response from Dorset Police was asking that I stop mentioning a particular person, despite me making claims of associated child trafficking, abuse and murder in the UK, and an attempt appearing to have been made on my life, as well as other police officers' deaths appearing to be connected. The latest evidence shows significant connections to international adrenochrome production, or adrenochrome, likely involving, now I didn't get all of this, I should have cut this here, harvesting of blood, and body parts from tortured children, as well as a possibly imminent depopulation event involving directed energy weapons integrated into 5G technology. All evidence suggests that COVID and the vaccines were a false flag in preparation for the real threat of 5G and the ability to blame any other excess deaths on the vaccines or false publicised virus. This appears to be a conspiracy to commit genocide by the UK and international governments. Dorset Police are complicit to this crime in allowing the fraud and forged bank documents to be produced and used in circulation to facilitate this criminal network, as confirmed in acquired emails and documents. As a result of this, my wife and I cannot return home. They have also leaked information to an already named prime suspect, or person, sorry I blocked that bit out, who is key to this international government fraud due to their connections to MI6, police, the NHS, international banking fraud and pharmaceuticals. My family and I have therefore been placed at significant risk, and the apparent abuse and murder of the children has been allowed to continue. It appears the governments and their organisations are trying to expedite their sinister plans through a further implementation of 5G technology and a move to blockchain technology digital currency control. My YouTube channel is this, and I've put my document file so they'll have access to everything, pretty much everything if they need to. They've already had the initial statement. There's a more updated one, but let's see if they request anything. I mean, they're clearly compromised by all of this. Details of suspects that are now appearing to conspire to allow international government fraud and child trafficking to continue can be provided on request. I've just put on the right hand side there that I've got thousands of supporting documents and a video which is in relation to a meeting, and this was the reference number that was created as a result of that report. Now obviously things have progressed very quickly over the last 2 years. It's almost 2 years to the day actually. Wow. 2 years to the day tomorrow when a particular person in my company resigned, which started this all off. So of course it's progressed quickly. And all evidence suggests that adrenochrome or adrenochrome is the key to all of this. It is the most addictive, lucrative substance on the planet. It would explain everything that we are now seeing and have seen for quite a long period of time, including them appearing to want to remove most people who will oppose the abuse of children. So this is my latest report that was done today on the 12th of July, and it just got my details. I've just redacted some of my personal details. The reason I've cut out the emails, it was another email address on the right there. Okay, and just reading through, here we go. It's slightly different, similar to the last report. I've just put further to my previous reports of irrefutable evidence of decades-long international government fraud linked to the taxation system, now linked to the harvesting of adrenochrome occurring to be taken from tortured children. Now this obviously, since the last report on the 5th is when I acquired the evidence linking my company to a collusion and the apparent collusion to try and conceal the links to the adrenochrome and the directed energy weapons and the fraud. So this is the further report in relation to that. Bear with me, where did I get to? Evidence now shows a collusion to conceal this by specific individuals within my company, Exbourne Manor Freehold Limited, Dorset Police, the monarchy and government officials around the world. The latest evidence suggests a large fire in Portsmouth, and there is a video on my Telegram. If you go and look at that, you can see a video and some screenshots in relation to the evidence surrounding that, or some of it. Hampshire was possibly being used to destroy evidence of UK adrenochrome production, or adrenochrome. I suspect a further attempt is being considered on my life, involving the Mexican cartel involved in human drug trafficking and the worldwide drug distribution. I will go into that later if I need to, but there is information suggesting that all government where am I? Sorry, all government organisations are complete on the right-hand side here, are completely ignoring verifiable and documented evidence of this, which you will find evidence of in the following links. And then I've put, again, my YouTube link and my document file link, which is very important. International governments under a one world order now appear to be considering using directed energy weapons integrated into communication systems around the world to harm the general public who may oppose child trafficking. It also appears that they are expediting a move to full digital currency control to ensure this criminal system, causing unfathomable suffering to children, cannot be stopped. People cannot now lawfully pay any taxes or bills until a suitably safeguarded taxation system is in place to ensure that, with two A's, it does not facilitate this criminal system. Suspect details and full documentary evidence can be supplied on request. You can all be saved through this evidence. Kind regards, Gary. Okay, I've just put further on the right-hand side there. What other evidence is there? Well, there's a comprehensive statement of thousands of supporting documents and verifiable evidence. And then this is the new reference number that's been generated. I do suggest everybody now reports this. Keep in on date on the non-emergency number, of course, so 101. Report this. There's so much evidence. We must stop this. None of you can pay your taxes lawfully. They're going to try and force you to soon by removing cash, it looks like, expedite digital currency control, and then we are all in serious trouble, because all evidence suggests that it's adrenochrome and the suffering and torturing of children, of course, sexual abuse comes along with that, is going to continue. It's all of the evidence suggests that. Many people are suggesting Donald Trump is going to come along and save the day. I've got evidence which I'm going to show very soon, which shows that is probably not the case at all. So you all need to do your part. You need to share this evidence. I know it's horrendous. I know no one wants to believe it. We cannot ignore it anymore. It does look as though pure evil has taken over the world for a very long time, and hundreds, if not millions of children appear to have suffered over the last few decades over this. It cannot go on, everybody. God bless you all.